Just because your character speaks Draconic doesn't mean you understand what the dragon is saying. I was playing a half dragon. Right guys, SkyDieRay here, welcome to another DnDGreentext video. Before jumping into this video, I want to say that I hope you're doing great today, and if you would be so kind as to leave a like and a comment on the video to help it with the engagement and help it do better on YouTube, it would be very much appreciated. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Anon didn't see on an 18. Stupid DCs. I moved down an empty stone hallway. GM asks for a perception roll. 18 total. I step on a bear trap and take damage. Was the bear trap concealed? Part of the floor? Nope, it was just here on the ground. So my character was blind enough to step on a bear trap while going down a well-lit empty hallway with 18 perception. GM says the DC was 20 and he doesn't make the rules. What? We were playing Pathfinder 1st edition and he was technically correct, but god, it seems so dumb. Have you guys also encountered stupid DCs or fallen prey to such DCs because of by-the-book DMs? Yeah, this seems really odd, I don't know. Also, there's a comment, you can pause if you want to read it, I'm not gonna read it, but basically, I don't think the DC should have been 20 for that trap. Even 15, honestly, like, considering the bear trap was really in clear sight. Even 15 seems like it would have been much, but anyway. Weird choices from the DM. Don't do that, maybe. I don't know. This bolt is not for you. I played a pacifist bard for an all-day one-shot once. It was fun, if you don't mind rolling a lot less dice and doing nothing during a session but RP, it can work. I enjoyed myself more for the group I played with than the character, but he had one trait I liked. He had joined the party with the intent of chronicling their journey, so that he might get famous from singing their song. He feared that his long-time rival had similar intentions, and so, despite his pacifist ways, he bought a crossbow with a single bolt. It never occurred to him that missing could be an issue. What I didn't reveal was that I also had brought a nerf gun with a single dart to the game. So, when his rival appeared, intent on completing his scheme, I slowly reached the table and then quickly drew the nerf gun and shot the DM from across the table. I think that's still the only kill I've never rolled for. Would not kill deadly creatures. Kills a rival artist. Sounds like a very disturbing moral compass. Sounds like a regular artist to me. Fellow artists are abominations to be eradicated lest they pollute your truth, which is the only acceptable version of events. OP doesn't know how to run a sandbox. How the f do I run a sandbox game? Players want a sandbox game. They don't go through the effort to create a backstory that gives them a goal. Give them multiple quests so they can choose what they want to do. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do next. What? Am I a bad DM? Or are they players? Should I just teleport them to the other side of the continent so they have a clear and concise goal of getting home? Okay, I get it. There's a reply. I've been trying to understand this reply. I mean, it's just quoting the question from the DM guy. There's a small GIF or picture, I don't know. I think it says both. I think it says both on the caption, but it's so small. I guess that's why it's called El Dorado for ants, that GIF. But Jesus, it's really... Dragon can't speak dragon. What's the worst case of DM fiat you have ever experienced? Just because your character speaks Draconic doesn't mean you understand what the dragon is saying. I was playing a half dragon. Yeah, you're speaking the wrong half of the language, he only uses words from the other half. Just take the supplies. I'm having horrible war flashbacks because of you. First session with new group a few years ago. Local monastery hiring to get rid of nearby forest from threatening bandits. The party accepts, goes in the woods, gets the bandits, and returns. Monks offer payment in provisions. One player insists on getting money, despite the place being consistently described as poor backwater all of the time for 2 sessions. Eventually antagonize the monks, who just throw the bag with provisions and shut the gates. Provokes attack by throwing a firebolt at the gate. Drags the rest of the party into it, since they are new and rather than rein him in, they follow his idiotic combat decision. I make the idiotic mistake of going with him. The game devolves into the worst kind of dungeon crawl, where they go through the entire monastery they were supposed to help and kill everyone inside. They still end up with nothing but provisions and a bunch of religious books, after slaying nearly 30 random people. Everyone is butthurt. The only person wounded and even dead is the guy who started the combat. He's pissy about it for the next 3 months. Anon kills a cat. Evil character shenanigans. Be4ever DM playing in a 5th edition one-shot. Decide to bring a neutral evil wizard, genius character to an otherwise good/neutral party. Cliché child prodigy backstory, became an university professor at 18 and wants to get rich and rule over his own floating island city. Others are orc bard, gnome arcane trickster and half-elf ranger. Lord's daughter has been allegedly kidnapped, and we are promised we each get our weight in gold if we bring her back safely. Sounds racist, but okay. We investigate the girl's bedchamber. We find nothing but some weird dried clay or mud on the floor. The kidnappers had been previously traced to the edge of a dark forest. Big brain time.x. I make a wild guess and say it must have been hags. Into the woods we go. Find a hut. I send my barn owl familiar down the chimney. Owl immediately gets clawed to death. That cost me 10 gold pieces. Ranger senses troll nearby, so we decide to go inside the hut. There is a fat orange cat in front of the fireplace. We're talking real wholesome Reddit moment chonker. It belongs to an old lady living in the hut. The others start to gently interrogate her. My sister is in the woods, picking mushrooms for us. My back is killing me, so I stayed here. Get idea. I start to passive-aggressively talk the old lady into letting me massage her back. She repeatedly declines, despite the fact that she probably hasn't felt the touch of a young and relatively handsome man in ages. I insist that we help her out in some way. She tells us that we can help with a pile of firewood outside. Tell the boys to get to work. This lady needs our help. Tell them, I'll keep an eye on the cat. It would be a shame if it got hurt from getting too close to that axe. Bard starts chopping. I try to subtly pss the cat outside. Animal handling check fails. Create a minor illusion hamster to lure the cat out. Cat gets baited. Grab the cat with mage hand and yeet that under the axe. Bard barely avoids splitting the dumbass cat's skull. Jesus man, what the Why? Chill the down. What the hell? It's just a cat. I don't think it meant to kill your familiar just to, you know, be annoying or something. It's just a cat. Jesus Christ. The others freak out. Gnome tries to snatch it from me. Barely fails before I yank the cat back towards myself. I get out my utility knife and attempt to slice the cat's throat. Natural 20. Sweet revenge. Cat suddenly turns into a green hag. Old lady in the hut is also a hag. Okay, he just got lucky, man. Jesus Christ. I mean, me being annoyed a moment ago is still valid because he didn't kill them because didn't want to kill the cat because he knew it was a hag. Just was annoyed at the owl thing, right? What the Cat suddenly turns into a green hag. Old lady in the hut is also a hag. My face when I quote-unquote predicted there will be hags. We beat them up and tie them up. My face when they tell us they sold stealth potions to a guy about a week ago and they know where he currently is. We find the missing girl in a cave turned house. Turns out she staged her kidnapping with her lover. Party is moved, except me. I'm here for the gold, goddammit. Tell them the girl should come back with us and pretend that we saved her from kidnappers. We could get the gold from her father and then later sneak back and kidnap her for real. Unite her with her lover and the gnome can forge them new identities. Girl is suspicious. Why should we trust you that you will save me? We don't really have a choice, do we? No, not really. My face when she agrees and follows the plan. My face when we get the gold. I could have just easily left with the money, but chose to save the girl so that I have some connections and leverage later. And to with the Lord for giving my skinny ass less gold than the orc. Reasonable. I feel like a fair way would have been to give you your weight in gold, like combine the whole party and then distribute equally to everyone. Also the title was kind of a lie because it wasn't actually a cat. Scientifically explaining magic. Technology is used as a channel to use electricity instead of mana to power spells. Any ideas for decent technobabble on how that would work? This kinda reminds me of one of my players. He joined in my group about a month after we started. He wanted to play a wizard or sorcerer whose main goal was to research the possibility that magic was not mystical but just defect or adaptation brought upon by genetics, environment, and or sudden mutations in cells. I felt it was an interesting theory and would somewhat explain how some races and creatures are more adept in magic than others. I also thought it could explain how sorcerers could attain magic naturally through either events or heritage. Unfortunately, the guy tried using this excuse to justify that his spells couldn't be stopped by dispel magic or magic resistance because I'm not using magic, it's a natural ability. I had to kick him from the group. Still, I like the idea though. Oh man, I'm sorry. Horrible player, but at least you got a nice idea to keep from that experience. New player permanently disabled himself. Be me, DM. Be not me. Fighter, Warlock, Paladin, and Bard. The party had just entered into a black market poker game in the sewers of a town while they were looking to make some easy money. They had no clue about the black market part and thought it was just a cool secret poker game. Bard and Paladin decide to be the poker player and bodyguard, while Fighter and Warlock are just guests. The Warlock and Fighter are led to a back room where they are promptly captured and locked away behind a secret stone wall. They have yet to realize that they are the entrance fee. Okay? Poker game goes well and the Bard earns a lot of money. They decide to cheat to earn more and are caught. Bar fight ensues. Meanwhile, the Fighter and Warlock escape through a drainage tunnel and go to the rescue of other players, having learned the secret plot of the poker game. Fighter and Warlock come face to face with the Bouncer, an absolute powerhouse Goliath. Warlock tries to talk it out with him before the Fighter interrupts and starts attacking. The Warlock sneaks away and joins the bar fight while the Fighter and the Bouncer wrestle. I roll a natural 20 on an attack roll for the Bouncer and he breaks the Fighter's arm. The Fighter then gets a brilliant idea to rip his broken arm and beat the Bouncer with it. Okay. Heavy metal, that MP4. I warned him about it first, but the Fighter was adamant. Needless to say, the Fighter lost the battle and is now permanently crippled. His fighting stance is two-weapon fighting. Jesus Christ, man, what the f was he thinking? I mean, that would have been an epic moment if maybe, I don't know, you would have made it somehow that he would win the fight just purely for the creativity of it. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Has this ever happened to any of you? Cause this was a first to me. I don't think this is something common, okay? Anyway, on that note, we're gonna end this video here, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you did and subscribe for more if you haven't already. Also, thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon. Links below if you wanna check that out, or if you wanna check out any social media, join the Discord server or the subreddit. And yeah, that's it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.